Welcome to Art Happens. You know when you're going on a very long drive and out of nowhere a song you've never heard hits you almost off your feet, and there's just something you connect with, it just does not leave? Well, art happens sometimes, and we have a story exactly like that with a young lady in the studio, Kristy Freund.
Hi.
Hi, good to see you.
You too.
And you've got a fantastic voice. I can't wait to share with you guys her voice. Just so gorgeous. But anyway, tell us a story. How have you connected with art? There's a song you're telling me about lately.
Yeah. So my favorite artist is David Nail. If you know him in country, he's my absolute favorite. And he has this one song. It's not popular. It's called That's How I'll Remember You. And that song totally just hits me. Just like it's my absolute favorite song.
What about it makes it your favorite? How does it connect with you?
I don't know. It's different than most of my other favorite songs. Usually I connect to a song because I love singing to it, or the lyrics kind of tell a story in my life or something like that. But this song is just like the whole feel of the song, the way it makes me feel every single time I listen to it, totally just gets me.
So tell us about you as an artist. What kind of music do you write? What got you into music?
Okay. I've always been singing. I mean, like, I remember telling myself, like, making the decision when I was like 7, like, oh, I'll be a singer. Like, it was really easy. So, I mean, I guess I've always kind of been a part of music, and it's been a part of me. I love the country genre. That's my favorite. That is totally where I want to pursue my career. I absolutely love it. I love the country community. I love everything about it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it the sound itself? Is it the meaning behind the songs that you connect with? What is it about country then?
I think it's a lot of things. Like, I think it's really true music. I think, like, you know, there's so much talent in it. Mm-hmm. And the lyrics, I think, I love the storytelling aspect of country music. I love that every song is actually a story, and it can be personal to a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. Okay. I think that's really cool.
Your first song, we have 3 songs we're going to share with you guys. And the first song you recorded today was Table for 3. Yes. Does that tell a story?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I think all my songs tell a story. This one, I don't know how much of a personal really connection I have to the song itself, but I wrote that whole song. I think it's probably the fastest song I've ever wrote. I was sitting in class, and this particular class I could not pay attention to. I just could not focus. And I wrote this song in a couple minutes. Like, I wrote it down on a piece of paper, and then I had a melody in my head, and I had to kind of like excuse myself, leave. I think I sang it to myself in the hall so I could remember it, and I could like figure out if it was gonna work or not. And then I went back to class. I went home straight after class. And then I'm like, that's so challenging, right? Like, I have a melody, I have lyrics, now I have to like try and put music to it. And I like the first 3 chords I played, it went with it, and it stuck. And it was like the easiest song I've ever written.
Beautiful.
It's one of my favorites.
Let's hear it right now.
You called me up to see if I had plans tonight. There was something on your mind, and I couldn't wait. But I hadn't seen it in quite some time, and I showed up a little casually late. You were holding her hand, being her man, a big smile on your face. I was playing it cool, looking at you, didn't know what to say. I was a little surprised, brushed a tear from my eye, 'cause it wasn't just you and me. But I sat down at your table for 3. You went on about how she was the one, but it was plain to see by the stone staring back at me. But I hadn't seen it in quite some time, and I showed up a little casually late. You were holding her hand, being her man, a big smile on your face. I was playing it cool, looking at you, didn't know what to say. I was a little surprised, brushed a tear from my eye, 'cause it wasn't just you and me. But I sat down at your table for 3. for three. Yeah, table for three. I was a little surprised, brushed a tear from my eyes. You were holding her hand, being her man. I was playing it cool, looking at you, didn't know what to say.
Absolutely exceptional performance. Your voice just melts me. I tell you, have you had lessons before, or how did you arrive at such a stunning sound?
Yeah, I did take lessons. I mean, I think lessons have taught me technique. I think I've always kind of sang, and I think it's kind of in me. So by taking lessons, I've learned better techniques and stuff like that. But I took lessons for, I think it was 5.5 or 6.5 years. Yeah, from the time I was like grade 6 to grade 12.
Okay, so you started when you're young, started music when you're young, and you're still young. You're aspiring to go to Nashville, I understand?
That is my ultimate goal, if I could eventually move there someday.
Why Nashville?
I mean, so first off, like I learned about Nashville because it's country. I love country, so Nashville is always the place to go. But then when I took my first trip there, it's just so obvious. Like Nashville is an amazing city. There are so many things about it. Like even I think if I wasn't a musician, I would want to live there. There's music, so even just being a listener, there's so much to do there. The food is amazing, and I love food. And just the people there, I don't think I've ever met anybody that wasn't overly nice to me.
Wow.
It's incredible.
And how are you making this happen? What's your plan?
Ultimately, I think right now I just finished school for an RPN, so I'm a nurse, but I need to get my RN and then hopefully be able to get a job in the States and eventually locate to Nashville.
That is
the area.
exciting. That is exciting. You recorded earlier on another song in the studio here. The name of the song is?
You're a Bad Idea.
You're a Bad Idea.
You're a Bad Idea.
Oh, is this about someone that I know?
It's kind of a funny story. So it's about a real person,
Okay.
but not a real event.
Okay.
So it's kind of like I wrote it with my friend in Nashville, and there was this guy from home, and I just thought he'd be a really good topic. And so I was like we were in Nashville in a stairwell, and I'm trying to like tell her about him, and I'm like, he's just like a really bad idea. And we're like creeping him on Facebook and stuff like that. And so basically the song's about like kind of like if we were with him or somebody like him, but it's not a true story.
Okay. Look forward to hearing it. Let's roll that right now.
Saw it in a headline, it was summertime. You really had a way of getting that line. Drove up the fast lane, lived out a bad name. Told stories of the past and cuts down his arm. Caught my eye in a summer's heat, standing by the fire in your cut-off jeans. Good at breaking rules, running down the track, following the boys, going nowhere fast. You're a bad idea. My mama worried not, and my daddy told me stop. You're a bad idea. I clambered to the bank, gave you everything I got. No, you're a bad idea. Rebel gets him far as he's running through the dark, trying to get away from the backseat of a car. Cars out of temptation, get him in trouble. Coming out of dust and out of the rubble. You're a bad idea. My mama worried not, and my daddy told me stop. You're a bad idea. I clambered to the bank, gave you everything I got. No, you're a bad idea. Bright lights cut through the dark, you pull me back to your car, and bright lights cut through the dark, you pull me back to your car, and headlights cut through the dark, they find us inside your car. Saw it in a headline, it was summertime. We really had a way of getting that line. You're a bad idea. My mama warned me not, and my daddy told me stop. You're a bad idea. I clambered to the bank, gave you everything I got. No, you're a bad idea.
Excellent as always, my dear. You're cutting a CD.
I am.
Tell me, what's the story?
I was in Nashville for 2 months, and while I was in there, I learned how to songwrite and stuff like that. And one of my friends was like, why don't you save up and you record some of those songs? And honestly, I'd never thought of it before. So so they gave me that idea. I came home, I found an artist / producer that had kind of like followed me and supported me, even though I was pretty young. And so his name's Marlon Gibbons. And so I'm working with him back at home in Midland. And we've been working for over a year and a half, probably, on it. It'll be an EP and hopefully out in the coming months.
Do you plan to play with other musicians? Do you plan to keep yourself as a solo artist?
I'm kind of open to both. I love being a solo artist. I'm really picky with what I do. So I think by being a solo artist, I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want it. But it's always fun to do stuff with other people.
Awesome. I had the pleasure earlier of jamming with you. It's beautiful doing these sound and lighting testings, and you're just a pleasure to play with.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Yeah, so hopefully you get lots of people around you that play, because I tell you, you're a pleasure to play with.
Thank you so much. Well, I do an open mic and on Thursdays, and I mean that a lot of people come up and join me, and I do vice versa.
Excellent. Thursdays in Midland?
Mm-hmm, at the Library Restaurant.
Okay, and you grew up in Penetang?
I did.
And I understand you've gone all across Ontario, different fairs. Is that how you started out?
That's how I started. I had kind of a manager, and I sang with another girl, and he would book us in fairs and festivals and stuff like that. And that's kind of how I started performing live and on stages in front of people.
Now, another part of my favorite part of the show, pictures. We got pictures.
Yay.
Can you tell me about pictures? The first picture is you playing guitar. Where was this taken?
Yeah, so this one in November, I believe it was. I went to Georgian College, and this was a gala to raise money for awards and scholarships for Georgian College. I sang 2 songs, I think, before Kim Mitchell got up. And I also did a speech because I won an award or a scholarship to go to the Dominican Republic for a nursing trip. So I kind of did a speech representing other students and my trip.
Mm-hmm. And this one is?
Nashville.
Oh, I never guessed. You're in Nashville.
This is just, there's a couple of these in Nashville. There's just murals that kind of say Nashville or different things that represent Nashville. Me and my friend go to them and take a lot of pictures.
Okay. This is
my friend, so Ashley, she goes to Lipscomb University. This is like a cafe across the road. I think it's called The Well. And they had like a writer's open mic night. And because she went to school, we did a little thing together. That's what it was.
Okay.
This was last summer. So in Midland, me and 2 other songwriters, we did, it was called Songwriters in the Park, I think. And we kind of talked about songwriting, our style, and we sang some of our original songs. And
that's a great environment.
It was really cool. People had blankets and little chairs and sat and we talked, and it was really intimate. Relay for Life. This was in Penetang. I'm doing it again this year in Midland. They just have musicians going up all night. It was cool. Okay. So this was a fundraiser I had March 2014. So as I said, I was in nursing school. I was doing a nursing trip to the Dominican Republic, and I had this kind of fundraising concert to raise all the money to go. And those are all friends that donated their music and time. This is in studio with Marlon, recording my EP.
Beautiful, great studio. I can't wait to hear your album.
Thank you, I'm excited.
If we wanted to get a hold of you, how do we do so?
You can find me on Facebook and YouTube.
Which will be at the bottom of the screen, so we can do that for sure.
My name, everything's under my name. I'm working on building a website right now. It's not up, or it might be up.
Okay, and it seems like philanthropy is a big part of what you do. You fundraise, you consist, yes?
Yeah, it's fun. I like being out.
Okay, all right. It's cool that we've had a number of musicians come across the Art Happens here, and I had no idea music is so involved in raising for charities and whatnot. Sure. It's phenomenal what's happening in our community that way with the musicians out there.
Well, I mean, it's always, no matter what event you have, it's always good to have music and stuff like that, and especially being like an artist that's trying to like come out. Those are such good venues to get yourself out there.
Wow.
And meet people and stuff.
Well, believe it or not, we are already out of runway. I tell you, we got to have you on again. Next week, go to Nashville, get famous, come back, we'll jam again.
Perfect.
I'll be your groupie. I'll chase you around a bit.
There you go.
Pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
And stay tuned after the credits because we're going to have a really special treat for you.
Art Happens is brought to you in part by the Spalding School of Music, Backland Photography, and squirrely wrath.
I'm not good at directions. I usually make a wrong turn, leaving my drive. When I'm told to go left, I usually make a right, 'cause things slip my mind. But I know you're out there somewhere, patiently waiting too. Takes a little bit of time and a lot of driving blind to navigate somewhere new. I don't need a map to show me what to do. I don't need a sign to point me on my way. I don't need a road to lead me where to go, 'cause when the time is right, I find my way to you. The coast of Carolina, the deserts of Nevada, no telling where you'll be. I got a front seat, you don't need a compass to lead you to me. Do you know I'm out here, patiently waiting too? Are you thinking about me out across the sea and all the water's really blue? I don't need a map to show me what to do. I don't need a sign to point me on my way.